When God is about to give you something big, the atmosphere around your life begins to shift. You may not see it yet, you may not understand it yet, but deep within your spirit, you will feel it. There is a holy tension. There is a stirring, a pressure, a spiritual shaking. It is not confusion, it is preparation. It is not chaos, it is construction. Because before God releases something big, He always rearranges everything that cannot hold what He is about to pour out. And when you are about to receive something greater than anything you've ever imagined, you will not move through life the same way. You will start to see signs, clear, divine signs, that something is shifting in your favor. These signs are not ordinary. They are not coincidences. They are signals from heaven, markers that God is moving the unseen pieces of your destiny into alignment. But make no mistake, when God is about to bless you in a big way, it will not always feel comfortable. In fact, it will often feel like everything is being taken away from you. That is a mystery of divine transformation. When God is about to increase you, He will first separate you. When God is about to lift you, He will first humble you. When God is about to trust you with something mighty, He will first test your foundation to see if it can hold the weight of His glory. The first sign you will see when God is preparing you for something big is divine disconnection. Suddenly, people who once walked closely with you will begin to drift away. Friends who once understood you will now misunderstand you. Those who once supported your vision will begin to question it. You will look around and realize that the crowd you once relied on is gone. But hear me, this is not rejection, it is redirection. God is pruning your circle, not because those people are evil, but because they cannot breathe in the altitude you are about to rise to. You cannot carry everyone into the next season of your destiny. Some relationships are seasonal, some are assignments, and some are only meant to awaken you, not accompany you. When God starts removing certain people, do not chase them. Thank God for them and let them go. Because their exit is the proof that your elevation is near. The second sign is spiritual warfare intensifies. You will notice unusual resistance. You will face attacks that seem unexplainable. The moment you begin to move closer to your breakthrough, the enemy will unleash everything to discourage you. Suddenly, the peace you once had seems fragile. The thoughts in your mind grow heavy. The temptation to give up becomes stronger, and you begin to ask, why is everything going wrong when I am trying to do right? That's because you are no longer a threat when you're stagnant. You become a threat when you are close to something divine. The battle always gets fiercest near the gate of blessing. The pressure increases because you are about to push something powerful into existence. Do not interpret the warfare as a sign of failure. It is confirmation that something holy is near. The third sign is unexplainable isolation. You may find yourself in seasons where no one understands your spirit anymore. Conversations that once fed you now feel empty. You go into rooms full of people, but still feel unseen. That isolation is not punishment. It is divine incubation. God pulls you away to speak to you directly. The crowd cannot hear what heaven is whispering. Isolation is the classroom of revelation. When God hides you, It means He is about to reveal something new through you. So, when you find yourself alone, do not cry out for company. Listen for clarity. That loneliness is often the sacred space where God shapes vision, direction, and discernment. What feels like silence is actually strategy. The fourth sign is everything familiar begins to fail. The things that once worked stop working. The plans you made begin to fall apart. The doors that were once open begin to close. It feels as though the ground beneath you is shaking. But remember this, when God wants to move you to the next level, He will make your current level uncomfortable. When He wants to promote you, He will frustrate your routine. You may feel like your efforts are wasted, but they are not. God is simply disrupting what you have built to make space for what He is about to build through you. He is closing one door not to punish you, but to protect you from settling in a place that was never your final destination. The fifth sign is an increase in divine hunger. You will begin to sense a deeper pull toward God. Your spirit will crave silence, prayer, reflection, and obedience. You will lose taste for distractions, gossip, and worldly pleasures. Suddenly, what used to entertain you will no longer feed you. You will wake up at strange hours of the night feeling an urge to pray or meditate. That is not random. That is the Spirit of God drawing you closer, because your next blessing requires spiritual maturity. God will never release big things into unprepared hearts. So when your appetite for His presence increases, understand it is preparation. He is refining you, resetting your spirit, and deepening your roots, so that when the blessing comes, it will not destroy you, but sustain you. The sixth sign is unusual instructions. When you are close to a major breakthrough, God will begin to ask you to do things that do not make sense. He will call you to obey in areas that challenge your logic. He might tell you to give something away, to move to a new place, to leave a job, or to speak to someone specific. At that moment, your reasoning will wrestle with obedience. But understand this, every instruction from God is a seed for the next level. The greater the blessing, the stranger the instruction often is. Those who receive great things are those who obey without delay. When you learn to trust the whisper, you will witness the wonder. The seventh sign is an inner assurance that cannot be shaken. Even when everything looks uncertain, you will feel an unexplainable peace. It is not the peace of circumstance. It is the peace of alignment. You will sense that somehow everything is still working for your good. You may not know when or how, but deep down you know it's coming. This is the quiet confidence of faith. It is when your spirit begins to carry the fragrance of victory before your eyes ever see it. When that peace settles in your soul, know this: heaven has already released what you have been praying for. It is only a matter of time before it manifests in your hands. Now listen carefully. When these 7 signs begin to show up, do not panic and do not complain. Too many people misread the process and abort their own blessing by murmuring against the very God who is promoting them. When everything starts to shake, lift your hands and thank God. When people leave, thank God. When plans fail, thank God. Because each disruption is a divine signal that something greater is being built in the unseen. You are not losing. You are leveling up. You are not being punished. You are being positioned. You are not being rejected. You are being refined. God never gives big blessings to small minds. Before He expands your life, He must first expand your faith. That is why you go through the fire. That is why you face storms. That is why your heart breaks before your destiny unfolds. Because in every trial, God is stretching your capacity to carry what He has already prepared. Every tear you shed is watering the soil of your future harvest. Every delay is developing the discipline you will need when the doors open. Every disappointment is training your spirit to depend on Him completely. You see, God's timing is not man's timing. We rush, but God prepares. We panic, but God plans. We look at the clock, but God looks at the heart. When you ask for something big, God will not say yes immediately. He will first prepare you to be ready for it. If He gave it to you too soon, you would mishandle it. If He promoted you too early, the weight of it would crush you. So He takes you through a process, a refining fire, a season of hidden training where He molds your patience, your endurance, your humility, and your gratitude. There is always a divine delay before a divine delivery. Every great destiny carries the weight of waiting, and those who can wait with faith will always witness God's power in ways others never will. So do not despise the waiting room. It is not empty, it is sacred. God does His deepest work in seasons of silence. While you are wondering if He forgot you, He is building your foundation stronger than ever. While you are crying, He is aligning. While you are praying, He is preparing. And when it's finally time, the blessing will not just appear, it will overflow. Do you feel the shaking around you right now? Do you sense the disconnects, the battles, the loneliness, the strange shifts? Then rejoice, because these are not signs that God has abandoned you. They are signs that He is near. You are closer than you think. The pressure you feel is not the end. It is the proof that you are in transition. You are being elevated from where you were to where you are meant to be. When an arrow is pulled backward, it is only so it can be launched forward with greater force. So if life feels like it's pulling you back, remember, it's because God is about to release you into something far beyond what you can imagine. Hold your faith steady. Guard your peace fiercely. Keep your spirit clean. Do not let bitterness, fear, or doubt steal your focus. The blessing is already in motion. Every obstacle is being turned into an opportunity. Every delay is being shaped into destiny. And every storm that came to drown you will soon reveal the power of God that carries you. When you begin to see these 7 signs, lift your head high and say, God, I trust your plan. Even when I don't understand it, I will not lose faith. Even when I cannot see it, I know you are working. Because faith is not seeing and believing. It is believing before seeing. The blessing is already written in your story. The miracle is already waiting for the right moment to meet you. Stay faithful, stay alert, stay humble. Something big is on the way. When God is preparing to give you something big, He does not start with the gift. He starts with your heart. Because if the heart is not ready, the blessing becomes a burden. Many cry out for increase, but few are willing to be reshaped for it. God does not pour new oil into an old vessel. He changes the vessel first. He refines it through circumstances that appear painful but are actually purposeful. When everything feels uncomfortable, it is not that God has left you. It is that He is rebuilding you from within. The blessing you are praying for requires a stronger, wiser, more surrendered version of you. And that transformation happens only through divine pressure. When God is about to release abundance, He will first strip away dependency. He will pull away the false supports, the crutches, the comfort zones you leaned on. Suddenly, what once gave you strength will no longer satisfy you. What once seemed reliable will begin to crumble. You will feel as though you are standing alone. But this is the wisdom of God. He removes the substitutes so you can learn to depend only on Him. Because big blessings demand pure trust. When God sees that your confidence rests in Him alone, He releases the kind of provision that no human hand can take credit for. And when that trust begins to form, your eyes will open. You will start seeing life differently. The noise around you will no longer move you. The opinions of others will no longer define you. The disappointments of the past will no longer limit you. You will find yourself anchored, calm in the middle of storms, because you finally understand that everything happening is part of God's design. That awareness is power. It is peace born from revelation. It is when your spirit whispers, "This pain is not for destruction, it is for construction." God is building something eternal in you that requires temporary discomfort. You see, when God is about to do something extraordinary, He often begins with something ordinary. He will ask you to be faithful in small things, in unseen places with unseen effort. It may seem as though your obedience is unnoticed, but heaven is watching. God measures greatness not by visibility, but by consistency. Before He gives you something big, He tests how you handle the small. Many people want elevation, but they ignore the training ground. They despise the small beginnings, not realizing that what looks insignificant today is the seed of tomorrow's greatness. If you can be faithful in silence, God will trust you with sound. If you can be diligent in obscurity, He will place you in influence. Do not be deceived by the slowness of God's process. What takes time to build lasts the longest. God is not in a hurry because He is perfecting you. Every delay is divine design. Every waiting period is a workshop for wisdom. You may feel impatient, but understand this: what God builds in patience cannot be destroyed by pressure. When your time comes, no one can stop it. No hand can block it. No system can delay it. Because when God commands a door to open, even the iron gates of impossibility must move. And yet, when the door finally opens, it will not surprise you. It will confirm everything your spirit already knew. You will realize that every season of pain had a purpose. Every prayer that felt unanswered was preparing the path. Every tear that fell in silence was watering the soil of your destiny. Because God wastes nothing. He uses even the broken pieces to build the bridge that leads to your blessing. You will look back one day and say, "Now I understand why it had to happen this way." But until that day comes, do not grow weary. Keep walking. Keep believing. Keep speaking life even when you feel surrounded by death. Your words carry creative power. When you align your speech with faith, heaven responds. Declare the promises of God over your life daily. Speak not from what you see, but from what you believe. When God is about to bless you, your tongue becomes a tool of manifestation. You must guard it from negativity, doubt, and fear. Speak as though the miracle is already done, because in the unseen realm, it is. In the days leading up to your breakthrough, you will also notice that distractions increase. Every petty conflict, every small irritation, every unnecessary argument will try to pull your focus. But this is the enemy's last attempt to drain your energy before the blessing arrives. Do not fall for it. When you are close to something great, you must protect your peace fiercely. Not everyone deserves access to your attention. Silence becomes your weapon. Stillness becomes your strength. The wise do not react, they remain rooted. When you stop responding to what does not matter, your spirit stays aligned with what does. And as you remain still, something extraordinary happens. You begin to discern the rhythm of God's timing. You stop forcing what isn't flowing. You stop chasing what doesn't align. You start understanding that when something is meant for you, it will not require you to beg or break to have it. It will come with peace. It will fit effortlessly. That is how you know it is from God. Divine blessings never come through manipulation. They come through manifestation. You do not chase them, you attract them through obedience. Let me tell you something powerful. Before every great blessing, there is always a test of faith. God will allow you to face a moment that contradicts the promise. He will allow you to stand in what looks like lack, even though abundance has been declared over you. That moment is not meant to destroy your hope. It is meant to reveal the strength of your faith. Will you still trust God when nothing makes sense? Will you still praise Him when nothing feels fair? Will you still hold His word above your fear? Those who pass this test step into realms of blessing that others only dream about. Because true faith is proven not in comfort, but in contradiction. And hear this carefully. When God is about to enlarge your territory, He will first enlarge your endurance. He will teach you to remain calm under pressure, kind under attack, and faithful under delay. This is not weakness, this is wisdom. The strongest people are not those who fight every battle, but those who discern which battles are worth fighting. Some storms are not meant to be resisted, they are meant to be ridden. Let God carry you through it. You will not sink, you will rise higher because of it. There will also be a moment when God tests your generosity. Before He can trust you with overflow, He will see what you do with little. When He tells you to give, it is not to take from you, it is to open a gate for you. Generosity creates spiritual circulation. The more you release, the more heaven releases back to you. A closed hand cannot receive. Many people pray for abundance, but live in fear of letting go. Yet every big blessing flows through open hands and open hearts. When you give freely, without hesitation, you declare that your source is not the world, it is God. And that declaration attracts miracles. When the blessing is near, God will also test your humility. Pride is the enemy of progress. Pride shuts the door to promotion faster than anything else. That is why, in the moments before you rise, God will bring situations that remind you of your dependence on Him. He will place you in positions where your own strength fails, so that you may remember who sustains you. Those who remain humble rise highest, because humility invites divine favor, and favor can do in one moment what effort cannot do in a lifetime. The closer you get to your breakthrough, the quieter heaven may become. Do not mistake silence for absence. When a teacher gives a test, they do not speak, they watch. God's silence often means He is observing your faith in motion. This is when you must anchor your soul in what you already know about Him. Has He ever failed you before? Has His word ever returned void? No. So even in the silence, He is working. Even in the delay, He is directing. Even when you cannot trace His hand, you can trust His heart. And then, just when you least expect it, the shift happens. Doors that were locked suddenly open. Paths that were hidden suddenly appear. What you prayed for months ago suddenly becomes reality. You will stand in awe, not because you received what you wanted, but because you finally understand why it took this long. God was never late. He was making sure everything was perfect. The timing, the place, the people, the conditions, all had to align so that when the blessing arrived, it would not just bless you, it would glorify Him. But remember this, when the blessing comes, do not forget the process. Many receive and forget. Many rise and lose their reverence. Never forget the wilderness that shaped you, the nights that strengthened you, the tears that cleansed you. Gratitude must become your lifestyle, not just your response. Gratitude keeps the flow of divine favor open. The more you thank God for what you have, the more heaven trusts you with what is next. So when you begin to see the signs, the separation, the warfare, the isolation, the discomfort, the divine hunger, the unusual instructions, and the inner peace, do not fear them. Embrace them. They are not signs of loss, they are signs of alignment. They mean heaven is active in your story. The unseen realm is moving on your behalf. The blessing has already been written. It is just waiting for the right chapter of your life to appear. God has not forgotten you. He has been preparing you. You are not behind, you are being positioned. Every pain has purpose, every silence has strategy, and every step has significance. You may not see it now, but soon you will understand that every moment of waiting was worth it. Because when God gives you something big, it will not just change your circumstances, it will transform your identity. You will become the person who can carry the blessing without losing the presence. When God decides to release something big into your life, He does not merely bless your hands, He transforms your spirit. Because what God is preparing for you requires a new level of spiritual strength, discipline, and sensitivity. You cannot walk into divine abundance with the same heart that survived the wilderness. You must evolve. You must grow. You must become the vessel worthy of what is coming. And that is why, right before the greatest blessings, God begins a deep internal reconstruction. He takes you through seasons that demand forgiveness, humility, obedience, and unwavering faith. There are moments when you will feel as if the very ground beneath your feet is disappearing. The familiar pathways that once guided you no longer work. The people who once celebrated you now misunderstand you. You will stand between what was and what is not yet. That is the in between season, the divine pause between promise and fulfillment. This is where many lose hope, but those who understand the ways of God recognize it as the bridge of transformation. God never promotes anyone without first preparing them in silence. The in-between is where your roots go deeper. It is where your trust becomes mature. It is where you stop depending on the visible and start depending on the invisible. And this is what separates those who receive from those who only desire patience. Patience is not passive.